The Transformers franchise has had a huge fan base since it first hit our TV screens back in the 1980s. Since then, the franchise has come a long way with new TV series, toys, along with animated and live action films. Characters such as Optimus Prime, voiced by Peter Cullen, the leader of the Autobots, and Megatron, voiced by Frank Welker, the leader of the Decepticons, have become icons within their own right as the forces of good and evil battle it out. Transformers 1 is the latest instalment of the franchise and it's the first animated film since the 1986 classic Transformers the Movie. Transformers! Transformers 1 follows Orion Pax, who will one day become Optimus Prime, a mining bot who believes there's more to life than just mining. His friend D16, who will one day become Megatron, is also a mining bot and is always there to get his friend out of trouble. When the leader of Cybertron, Sentinel Prime, returns from the planet's surface, claiming to have defeated invading Quintessons, he is still searching for the matrix of leadership to restore energon levels to Cybertron. Orion and D16 are then joined by Elita 1 and B127 and go on an adventure to find the matrix of leadership, only to discover the truth about Cybertron and Sentinel Prime. The animation style for the film is done really well and it brings the characters to life. Unlike the live action films, the characters here can portray emotion. The city in which the film is set in is full of Cybertronians of all backgrounds just going about their daily programming. There's so much detail in this world building that it makes you ask, what happens over there? What is that building for? The surface of Cybertron is brought to life, and as a huge Transformers fan, this is the first time we've seen Cybertron in its heyday before the war happened and tore this planet to pieces. The film does have good character developments, with arcs as complex as assembling a Decepticon without the instructions. We first meet Optimus and Megatron, and they start as good friends, but as the story develops, we start to see that friendship fall apart. From Optimus grappling to do the right thing and to protect his friend, he is torn between the decisions he has to make, to Megatron wanting to do things his way and getting his revenge. Each character goes through a transformation that leaves you rooting for them like they're your favourite action figure. Overall, Transformers 1 is an enjoyable film, with good characters, a great adventure and a decent story. I expected very little from this film going into it. I remember seeing the trailers for it and thinking, this is what classes as a Transformers movie these days? This looks terrible. Trust me guys, the marketing for this film doesn't do it justice. It was great to see some familiar characters such as Ratchet, Wheeljack, Ironhide, to Starscream, Soundwave and Shockwave, all in their Generation 1 designs. As a huge fan of the Generation 1 series, I really appreciated this callback. The soundtrack that was provided by Brian Tyler is really good for the film, and it does have this otherworldly robotic sound to it, which is a perfect fit. Now, I know this film will not please everybody, especially the die-hard fans of the franchise. This film is aimed more at children under 13 who have no idea about Transformers, and it will probably sell a load of toys in the process. Growing up with the original TV series and hearing Optimus Prime, I can only hear Peter Cullen. I mean, they even got him back to voice the character for the live action films. Here, Chris Hemsworth does do a good job in voicing the character, because you have to remember, he's not Optimus Prime yet, but it just doesn't feel the same to me. I'm not saying this is a negative against the film, it's exactly the same with Megatron. Brian Tyree Henry does a good job, but to me, Frank Welker is Megatron, even though they got Hugo Weaving to voice him for the live action films. I don't know, maybe it's just me showing my age. However, the film is not without its flaws. I found D16's transformation into Megatron a bit underwhelming and very disappointing. He discovers the truth about Sentinel Prime, this makes him angry, sends him into a rage, and then he's Megatron. Yes, this is a very relatable character trait of discovering being betrayed and lied to that would make you angry, but he doesn't stop and think about his actions, it's all his way or the highway. And I feel like there's a missed opportunity there. Bumblebee is annoying as hell throughout the film because he just doesn't shut up. He talks really fast and some of his lines of dialogue are cringy. Some of the comedy does land. There are a few that made me chuckle, but the majority of it outstays its welcome. Bumblebee always saying his nickname is Badassatron.
The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron.
Yes, it's funny the first time, but after 4 or 5 times, it's like, yeah, okay, this is not funny no more. I know this film was made for kids. But Transformers 1 is definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of the franchise. My rating for Transformers 1 is 7 out of 10. So transform and roll out, and leave your opinions in the comment section below. If you're new here and you've enjoyed the review, please subscribe and hit the like button to help make the channel grow. Built as brothers, forged into enemies. Thanks for watching the Real Reviews.
Trying to show him we are more than meets the eye. Oh, no.